So my goal for the 30 days was to shoot using everyday equipment. Firstly, to save costs, but secondly, that meant that I always had that equipment with me. So I could always shoot and create content wherever I went. Also, I didn't want to rely on specialist equipment that if I didn't have it, it meant that I couldn't shoot that day. And also, I didn't want to use it as a crutch to basically support my lack of ability with my filming. So for today, day 28, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to go through all the equipment that I've used to shoot this series, the things that I would change, I would add to, and my reasons why using different bits of kit. Scratch that, all of that footage that I shot at the park is not usable. There was a ton of noise, there was birds, then there were council guys, they rocked up and they just got their whippersnippers and blowers and lawnmowers out, and it just drowned out everything, and I just couldn't shoot it. And then the rain came, and so now I'm back here and trying to salvage everything that I just talked about. So without further ado, let's crack on with the rest of the video. So for capturing footage, I just use a mobile. So not this particular one, the one I'm looking at is my own personal one. It is an iPhone XS, and I shoot 4K 240 frames per second. And with the iPhone, it's very tricky because I also have to consider the storage. So it's got all my apps and everything else on there as well. So I really struggle with being able to put as much footage as I can onto that device. And so to alleviate that, I've got these two little babies right here. So this is an Apple SD card reader, and this is just a standard SD card, 128 gigabytes. So I shoot as much as I can on the iPhone, and then I plug this in and then transfer everything off that. Then I have to delete all the photos, then go into my recently deleted and clear that out so then I can keep shooting. And that's my solution with storage and with filming. Now, it's not ideal because with a mobile, I can't see what I'm shooting. So I need to frame it and then I sit down or do whatever and I hope that it's in the frame. Whereas if I upgraded, I would then have a camera that had a flip screen so I'd actually see and make sure that I was in the shot and everything. But to be honest, that is a huge investment where this phone that I have with me all the time, it shoots really, really well, and I'm just gonna stick with that for the time being. So next we get on to tripods. So I had these tripods originally when I first started the 30 days, and these are just cheap, basically Kmart tripods. And they do what you expect. They're very, very cheap and nasty. Most of the time they break. And what I ended up doing was I got rid of those and I went for a mid-range, like octopus style tripod. Mine is a Lanzi one. I got it off Amazon and it's sort of like mid-level. It's not as expensive as the Joby ones, which you can get through whatever. But this one, it's really good and it does about 95% of my shooting. And sometimes I might need to change the height of it, so then I'll try and attach it to an external object. But it's just really compact, it's sturdy, it's durable, and I really like that. And so that's my combination with my phone, and that tripod I shoot pretty much all my footage on. And I'll pretty much stick to that moving forward. It would be a lot further down the track that I would actually switch from a mobile to an actual dedicated camera to do my shooting, because I actually just find the ease of a mobile, other than the flip screen, is just phenomenal, and that's what makes this so accessible for me. So that leads on to what would I change or upgrade. So definitely I could probably do my laptop because it really just grinds down the process, but I can kind of get away with that as long as I'm not in a hurry, which on the 30 days I unfortunately am. I'm under a time constraint to get this stuff done by midnight each night. So putting that aside, my first thing would be audio. So audio has just been an absolute pain this whole entire process. I've been in between two construction sites where I'm house sitting in the moment, and then when I go outside with everything else that's going on, audio has just been a nightmare. It's really restricted how I've shot, and it's basically changed the whole entire shot for today's video. So I would get a dedicated lav mic system set up so I could record good quality audio with me. That way I can move around and I'm still capturing all my good audio. And also when it comes to like filming and everything, you can get away with like semi-par, substandard footage if you've got good audio. But the other way doesn't work around. Your really good footage fails if there's like terrible audio. Even in this room right now, it's echoing, it's just terrible audio. And it's been a real bug of mine this whole entire process. The 30-day... So I would invest in some sort of dedicated lav mic to be able to have that set up. I know you can get the ones which attach to cameras and everything, but I just have one which is actually stuck on me. It's just giving me that much more versatility when it comes to my shooting, particularly when I get into the outdoors, when I'm going to start shooting my Campcraft series and everything. So that would be my next step. Really, for the time being, I would keep pretty much everything. Otherwise, maybe down the track, upgrade my laptop. Definitely get some good audio gear, and the phone will eventually upgrade just because of the way that things happen. But overall, that's my process. That's how I work with it all. And that's how I've been shooting these 30 days. I've learned a lot from it all, but to be honest, I really wouldn't change much. So moving forward, I'm happy that there's not like a massive big list of things that I need to buy to take my shooting to the next level. Really what I need to be focusing on is really good storytelling, making sure I've got my audio sorted, making sure I've got everything set up right, and just getting the fundamentals right and getting them tight and consistent. That's what I'm going to really take away from these 30 days. So day 28, this is my gear, this is my setup, and I've got 2 more days until we wrap up with day 30. So let's do it.